So here we have this week's sneaker news, and there seems to be quite a few to sort of discuss. The first one up is the Yeezy SL01 Black, and this is the slipper made by Yeezy. It looks similar to, a foam runner design, a slip-on shoe, and these were, I guess, probably designed by Stephen Smith, and there seems to be 12 other silhouettes that EA has teased. It basically means over the last sort of year or two, it's both of them probably been working on these types of pieces of footwear together, in my opinion. And obviously Stephen Smith has now left, so you're going to see a bunch of those silhouettes releasing over the next sort of couple of years, and then it will be mainly sort of Ye and whoever else is in their design team. So I think a lot of the sneakers that you will see, will have that Stephen Smith design aesthetic to them as well. With this one, obviously it's a very simple shoe. I haven't pre-ordered them just yet. For me, I had a huge problem with the Yeezy pods, and I never ever ended up getting them and had to sort of order them from the Los Angeles archive. And obviously, if I wasn't doing the YouTube sneaker stuff, then I probably wouldn't even buy them, because it was just such a hassle to try and get a pair, which I ended up sort of cancelling, pretty much near enough, I suppose 9 months after release. So with this one, I may potentially grab it as part of other footwear that Yeezy released, but I'm hoping that I have a smoother time with that. And also in February, you got the Nike SB Dunk Low Tourmaline, and this is releasing as part of the Black History Month, and I actually think they look really nice, and the colorway is out there, but for an SB Dunk, a lot of them have been sort of quite safe, or colors that just haven't vibed with me. And don't get me wrong, this is a really bright colorway, but I just like the design aesthetics overall. It's a lot different, and I think this is what, to me anyway, what SB Dunks are about. And also on the 14th of January, you've got the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 SP Brick by Brick. So Nigel Sylvester held like an event in New York, and sort of previewed these with a bunch of clothing. And we've seen pairs this before, nothing different apart from better sort of picks. And again, same thing really what I said before. I actually think they look really nice, and the colorway, from the mock-ups, look really bad, but this looks really nice. And you got the little mini swoosh on there, which we've sort of discussed before. And I also like the upper material, which seems similar to the Nigel Sylvester Fence Green pair. So I'm sure the leather quality is going to be good. I think they'll be very hard to cop because they've been hyped up quite a lot, and I personally probably wouldn't grab these unless I got them for retail. I wouldn't grab them on the resale market, because I know I wouldn't wear this particular colorway, but don't get me wrong, it does look very nice. And also in spring 2025, we've got the Asia exclusive Air Jordan 1 High, I think it's pronounced Zhangwu, and this is the part of the Lunar New Year pack, and these are limited to 3,399 sneakers. In all honesty, it's not something that I'm a fan of. Obviously it's using this sort of snakeskin print, but it's just not vibing. Just because they're limited, it doesn't mean it's a nice sneaker. And also in spring 2025, we've got more of a From song for the Mute. It's apparently going to be their 15th year anniversary as a brand. So this particular one has two different superstars, and then there's also the Adidas cushion, which I am a fan of in terms of the silhouette, and it's quite sort of comfortable on foot. But again, I think a lot of the Song for the Mute stuff has been sitting, and in all honesty, the colorways haven't been that great. These ones I think are probably the best ones that they've released so far, because they're quite sort of neutral. But again, it's not something that I'd potentially be grabbing, but I do like the materials and the overall, I suppose, aesthetic of them. But superstars aren't for me, and the Adidas cushion has to be a really nice colorway for me to kind of even consider them. And also on the 23rd of March, we've got the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Obsidian, and this has got better pictures from what we can see, and I think the leather quality on this looks really nice. It looks similar to the Howard pair actually. So initially I was a bit on the fence about them because I have the low dark powder blue colorway, but I think the more I sort of see of these, the more I'll be grabbing them. I might not grab them straight away and wait to see if they could sort of fall in price, but we'll have to wait and see. A lot of the Jordans have been quite limited this year and have been sort of selling out, so I think it might be one of those ones where you pull the trigger on. And also in spring 2025, got the New Balance 1906L loafer in rich oak. There's also a black colorway releasing of these as well in like the suede material, which I would be happy to grab, the black one. I think that's more of a versatile sneaker to wear more for sort of formal occasions. But this one, you know, it's not too bad actually. It's quite nice, so, you know, and I'm a fan of this particular model, even though a lot of people probably aren't. And also in spring 2025, we've got the Action Bronson New Balance 990 V6. There's a few more pics on this, and you know, it's a nice colorway. It's quite sort of funky. Not something that I'd be after myself, but you know, the colorway is, again, it shouldn't work, but it kind of does. And I'm sure like once you see it more up close, you'll probably appreciate them more. Yeah, again, you know, with the 990 V6, I'm kind of good on those. But they are comfortable sneakers. Just, you know, for me, I think I still prefer the 990 V4s. And also in spring 2025, I've got the Sporty Rich Adidas Handball Special collection. So there was one released last year which had like the brown, I think it was like a turquoise jade green colour, and then also like a maroony colour. But you know, we've got the same sort of thing again, and these look similar to the clot gazelles that were released a couple of months ago with the contrast stitching. And you know, again, they do look nice. I think my only issue with these is the insole. I think they just provide a very sort of basic flat insole, and I'd much prefer if they did the clot insoles or the Bad Bunny insoles, which are kind of similar, sort of thicker cushioned insoles. I just didn't get on with the Sporty and Rich pair that I bought, you know, a couple of pairs that I bought that I moved on, just because it just didn't feel very comfortable for after a while. The upper feels really nice, but it's just the insole, it's just nothing's there really, and it just feels really sort of firm on foot and quite sort of abrasive as well. And we've got better pictures of the Air Jordan 4 White Cement, releasing on 24th of May, and obviously it's using the newer shape. So, you know, definitely be after a pair of these, if not two. So, you know, it's one of those ones where I wish I didn't grab the 2016 pair used, you know, about a year or so ago. I should have waited and didn't realise these would be announced. So, yeah, but, you know, obviously, again, be trying to grab a pair of these, definitely. And also spring 2025, got the Minecraft Adidas Handball Special Enderman. So, you know, I actually think the execution on this is really nice, because they could have gone like really wacky with it and just used the whole sort of Minecraft branding, but they kept it quite sort of simple. And I think it's a good one for sort of kids or people who are a fan of Minecraft. Again, similar situation to the Sporty and Rich pairs. It's just a comfort aspect on the bottom sole side of the sneaker that I have issues with. And also in spring 2025, I've got the Air Jordan 2-3 Wash Coral. And again, this is probably one for the ladies, and I reckon probably release sort of Valentine's Day type situation. So again, a cool pair, but obviously being the sort of pink coral colour, not something that I'd be after. And also we have the Air Jordan 11 Bread, and this is a better look at them. And you know, again, if I was to buy any Air Jordan 11, it would be this one, but I'm not too much of a fan of them in general. But like I said, if I was to grab a pair, it would definitely be this. And then next up we have two different pairs of the Air Max Muse, and one is in light bone and one is in metallic silver. Again, this is a women's shoe really, a cool looking silhouette, and I think these colorways are probably a bit nicer than some of the ones that have been released. The black and silver one isn't too bad, but I'm kind of more of a, you know, I like sort of more neutral colors, and the light bone pair looks, you know, particularly cool. And also in summer 2025, we've got the Nike Air Force 1 low contrast stitching, another Air Force 1 that's releasing. Seems to be so many, I've kind of lost count. But this one, you know, is again another one that is just good to sort of see, and you know, nothing too special, but better than, you know, just a plain white sneaker. You know, this has got a bit of colour and a bit of pop to it. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Nike Air Max 1 Hyper Royal, and this is obviously inspiration is, I guess, the Jordan 1 or just the Hyper Royal colour blocking in general. And again, not a bad sneaker, it looks quite nice. Not something that I'd particularly be grabbing myself, but you know, very cool. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Nike Air Max DN8 Hyper Blue. I think all the colourways that I've seen, this is a potential, you know, at least a kind of grab to sort of take a look at, you know, just to see how they are as a silhouette. But I think the Air Max DN, the original version, is better than the DN8, but that's my opinion. But obviously once I get them in hand, you can get a better look at us to see what they're like. And also in spring 2025, I've got the Nike Air Max Plus Purple, and this is kind of a take on the Voltage Purple, I guess, that, you know, the OG colorway. And I think it's a very nice colorway, but I'm a bit partial to, you know, Air Max Pluses in general. But if I didn't have the Voltage Purple, I would definitely after a pair of these. I think they actually look really nice, but again, not something that I need at this moment in time, because I have pretty much all of the OG colorways. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Nike Shox TL Barely Volt. This is another one. I don't know, like for me, I'm just not a fan of this particular silhouette. I think some of the Shox are nice, you know, they're such as the Shox Ride, but this one not a fan of. I just don't like the look of it. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Nike Air Max 90 reflective, and I think the swoosh on this is reflective, or maybe on the heel as well. So you know, it's a cool sneaker, and the Air Max 90 is a classic at the end of the day, and being a simple colorway, you can't really go too wrong with this. And same goes for the Nike Air Max 90, sort of dubbed Batman. I think anything with black and yellow on it is dubbed Batman, but it's just coming out summer 2025 as well. But it looks to have sort of Gore-Tex material on the toe box. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Nike Air Force 1 Low Black Tiffany, and this is very similar to the actual Tiffany collab that came out, and probably better in the sense of, you know, it isn't suede on top, so it's just a leather material, so it should be more hard wearing. But the black looks a bit off. It might be the lighting, you know. I was hoping that it'd be like a darker black, because then it would make it pop more. And also in fall 2025, what's being rumoured is the Arts Rec Nike SB pack, and I think it's supposed to be a Dunk Low and also a Air Trainer one, and that's got me quite sort of excited for the Air Trainer one anyway. If they can sort of convert that into like an SB type situation, I think that would be very cool, and I'm a big fan of the Air Trainer one anyway. And also in holiday 2025, I've got the Nike Kobe 9 EM China. This one, I think, you know, it's one for the basketball court. I'm sure it'll be popular in Japan, because I think a lot of the Kobe sneakers are, but it's not something that I'd particularly be interested in. But you know, the effort's nice. Like I said, if you're playing sort of basketball on the court, is a good pair to have. And also in holiday 2025, I've got the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 Retro OG SP Fire Red, and this was seen as part of the same event, and it was almost sort of a surprise really. And some people have sort of been dubbing this the, you know, fire red colorway from Nigel Sylvester, but I think it will take cues and inspirations from the fire red. But from what I can see, especially on the upper around the casing, it's got sort of white on there, so instead of black. So I think you know, it needs to be sort of seen, obviously better pictures to sort of understand what's going on. But anything with sort of white, red and black on an Air Jordan 4 is going to grab my attention. So I think even, you know, when you see the upper, I'll still probably be interested in a pair of these. And something which is only a PE only is the UNC Basketball Air Jordan 4 PE, and I'm not sure why they decide to reserve like the really nice colorways for PEs. And you know, this wasn't released to the public. I think it would be very, very popular. So again, it's just one of those ones where I'm just a bit puzzled. You know, they decide to sort of drop these kind of things, but then give us some very sort of funky colorways that no one really wants. And also to be confirmed, which was teased by Ye himself, is the Yeezy Bully 01. So I think it's to coincide with the album that's releasing later on in the year. And I actually think these don't look too bad. I think a lot of people have been sort of slating them online, but again, you know, I think it was designed, you know, this is my assumption that it's designed by Steven Smith and Ye, but it's a take on the, I guess, the Wave Runner in a sense, you know, very loosely based. I'm not sure if it would be like $20, but I think, you know, I'd be interested to sort of check out a pair. It's different enough and unique enough for me to be sort of curious about it. You know, it looks quite sort of basic on foot. It looks similar to the Yeezy, you know, 700 analogs as well. I have a pair of those which I managed to grab on sale as part of that Yeezy clearance, but this one's got me interested. I'd like to see, you know, if they had other colorways, but I think Ye seems to be a bit on the on a run of like having a lot of like black, dark based sort of sneakers and footwear. But yeah, interested to sort of see these and see what they like.